Hey kiddos, we are going to be going over the first homework for the week, and this is what this looks like. So you're looking for the sheet that starts with 342 divided by 21. And I'm actually going to put this into Zoom, and we are going to be working on the whiteboard just to make sure that we have plenty of space. Now, as we are going through this, feel free to pause it, stop it, whatever you need to do. If you have any questions, you can ask them via chat, or you can ask me questions at the beginning of our next class. But we are going to be working on division. So you'll see that the first question that you have here is 342, and we're dividing that by 21. We know that our first number goes outside of that. First number goes inside of the house. Our second number goes outside. And when we're working with a two-digit divisor, we want to make sure we're using the whole thing. We cannot split this into pieces. So we're asking ourselves, can 21 go into 3? It cannot. Can 21 go into 34? Absolutely. It can go in one time. And we know that 1 times 21 gives us 21. Then we're going to go ahead and subtract 34, take away 21. 4 minus 1 is 3. 3 minus 2 is 1. Our number is smaller than what we're dividing by, so we can go ahead and bring down our next digit. Now we're looking at 132, still working with 21. If you are not sure, you can guess and check. So let's say I'm thinking maybe 3. I could do 21 times 3. It's going to give me 63. Keep guessing and checking until you find what you're looking for. This is going to be super helpful when we are looking for larger numbers. So for this one, we're actually going to multiply by 6. And when we do 21 times 6, we get 126. And when we subtract that, 12 take away 6 is 6. 2 take away 2 is nothing. 1 take away 1 is nothing. This is smaller than what we started with. We have nothing else to bring down. That tells us we have a remainder of 6. So for number 1, 342 divided by 21, our answer is 16 with a remainder of 6. 16 remainder of 6. Again, if you need to pause this at any time, rewind it. That's the beauty of the videos. You can watch this as many times as you need to. Our second one going across is 838. We're dividing that by 54. Again, 54 stays as a group. We cannot split it up. So we're saying, does 54 divide into 8? No. Does 54 divide into 83? Yes, one time. We're going to multiply it. 1 times 54 gives us 54. We're going to subtract it. When we subtract, 13 take away 4 gives us 9. 7 take away 5 gives us 2. Our number is smaller than 54, so we can go ahead and bring down our next number. So now we're doing 54 into 298. Again, guess and check is your friend here. You can write out, okay, do I want to multiply it by 5? And keep guessing until you get to 5. It's actually going to be our closest one. So we're going to subtract our 270. 8 take away 0 is 8. 9 take away 7 is 2. This leaves us with 0. This is smaller than what we started with. There's nothing left to bring down, so this is going to be our remainder. It is okay to have a remainder of 28 because we're dividing with 54. Remember, as long as our remainder is smaller than what we're dividing by, and we have nothing left to bring down, that is an okay answer. I know sometimes when we have a remainder, especially one as large as 28, that could seem like maybe you made a mistake. But that is just what happens sometimes when we're working with larger numbers. All right, my loves, looking at the third one, we have 607 divided by 27 again. If at any time you need to pause this, feel free, rewatch as you need to. 27, keeping it together, does it divide into 6? No, it does not. Does it divide into 60? Yes, we can actually do that 2 times. 2 times 27 gives us 54. And when we subtract, 10 take away 4 is 6. 5 take away 5 is 0. 6 is smaller than 27, which tells us we're on the right track. Bringing down our 7, now we're doing 27 into 67. We're going to do 2 again. Subtract our 54. 7 take away 4 is 3. 6 take away 5 is 1. This is smaller than what we're dividing by. There's nothing left to bring down. So that means we have a remainder of 13. The answer for this one is 22 with a remainder of 13. If anyone wants to see these in box, please let me know. I'm happy to make another video. I am just doing traditional as that tends to be the group favorite. So now we're doing 14 into 6,458. Does 14 go into 6? No. Does 14 go into 64? Yes, 4 times. I multiply. 4 times 14 gives me 56. I subtract 64, take away 56, leaves me with 8. This is smaller than what I'm dividing by, so I'm on the right track, bringing down my 5. 14 goes into 85 6 times. When we multiply, that gives us 84. 85 minus 84 is 1. Again, is 1 smaller than 14? Yes, I'm on the right track. I have another number to bring down. I bring down my 8. 14 goes into 18 one time. When I multiply that, I'm left with 14. 18 take away 14 is 4. That is my remainder. It's smaller than what I divided by, so I'm on the right track. My answer for this one is 461 with a remainder of 4. Moving right along to our next one. Our next one is 4,272 divided by 18. Does 18 go into 4? No. Does it go into 42? Absolutely, 2 times. When I multiply 2 times 18, I get 36. 42 take away 36 leaves me with 6. When I look, 6 is smaller than 18, so I'm on the right track. I'm bringing down my 7. 18 goes into 67 3 times. When I multiply 3 times 18, I'm left with 54. When I subtract 67, take away 54, I am left with 13. 13 is smaller than 18. I'm on the right track. One more to bring down. This one is a bigger one. 18 goes into 132 7 times. When I multiply 7 times 18, I get 126. When I subtract, I'm left with 6. 237 with a remainder of 6. Again, always check that this is smaller. As long as it's smaller, you are on the right track. All right, we're going to keep moving right along. We have one more for this page. And the last one that we have for here is 7,622. We're dividing this by 24, starting off 24 into 7. No way. 24 into 76. Absolutely. 3 times. 3 times 24 gives us 72. We subtract 76. Take away 72 is 4. 4 is smaller than 24. I'm on the right track. Bring down my 2. 24 goes into 42 only one time. So I'm going to take away 24 this time. And when I do that, 42 take away 24 leaves me with 18. 18 is still smaller than 24, so I am on the right track. Bringing down my 2. 24 goes into 182 7 times. 7 times 24 leaves me with 168. When I subtract this, I am left with 14. 14 is smaller than 24. There's nothing left to bring down, which means that I have a remainder of 14. With that, that is the end of this sheet. I am going to ask you to please stop this video because I am going to record these all in one video because it is just easier to do just one big video. So please stop your recording. And next time you see this, we'll be picking up on the next set of questions. All right, my loves, let's take a look at our second homework for the week. Again, working on long division. We're going to be working on this all week because it is hard. It is hard. So we have 3,759 divided by 42. This should be the first problem on your page. If you're not seeing that, please pause this video. Make sure you are at the right starting point. In the description, it will tell you where each video starts, since all of the 5 practice assignments are recorded together. All right, we know that when we're dividing by a 2-digit number, we have to keep it together. So we're saying, does 42 go into 3? Absolutely not. Does 42 go into 37? Absolutely not. I have to keep going. Does 42 go into 375? Yes, it does. 8 times. If you're not sure, guess and check is your friend. Give it a try. You can sit over here and say, what about 42 times 2? And keep guessing and checking until you find what's closest without going over. So 42 goes in 8 times. That leaves us with 336. When I subtract, I am left with 39. 39 is smaller than 42, which means I'm on the right track. I'm going to bring down my 9. Does 42 go into 399? Yes, it goes in 9 times. 9 times 42 is 378. When I subtract that, I'm left with 21. 21 is smaller than 42, which means it is okay to be a remainder because there is nothing left. So number 1 is 89 with a remainder of 21. If at any point you need to pause me, stop me, rewind and re-listen, that is the beautiful part of these videos. You can watch it as many times as you need to. But again, if you're watching this, you're still struggling, send me a message, ask questions at the beginning of class. I am always available for you, okay? All right, friends, 68 dividing into 5,321, starting one step at a time. Does 68 go into 5? No. Does 68 go into 53? No. Does 68 go into 532? Yes. Remember, we're thinking 68 times what gets me 532, or closest without going over. That's going to be 7. 532 take away 476. That's what we get when we multiply 7 times 68. When we subtract this, we are left with 56. 56 is smaller than 68, which means we are on the right track. We can bring down our next number. 68 goes into 561 8 times, which gives us 544 to take away. When we do that, we are left with 17. 17 is smaller than 68, which means it is okay to be a remainder. 78 with a remainder of 17 for question number 2. All right, my friends, moving right along to question number 3. Again, pause me, rewind me, ask questions if needed. We have 2,107. We're dividing this by 28. 28 cannot go into 2. It cannot go into 21, but it can go into 210. It's going to go in 7 times. When we multiply 7 times 28, we get 196. When we subtract 210 minus 196, we are left with 14. We're going to bring down this 7. 28 goes into 147 5 times. 28 times 5 is 140. That leaves us with 7. 75 with a remainder of 7 for question number 3. All right, we are halfway through this one. The next one is 390 divided by 65. This might have been a little bit tricky for you because we have to do some big math on this one. Does 65 go into 3? No. Does it go into 39? No. Does it go into 390? Yes, and evenly, because when we multiply 65 times 6, we're left with 390 friends. There is no remainder. This goes in exactly 6 times. This again is a great one for guess and check. Start multiplying. 65 times what is going to get me closest without going over? All right, 720 divided by 36. 36 does not go into 7, but it does go into 72 2 times. When we do 2 times 36, we're left with 72. When we subtract 72 divided by 72, we're left with 0. Don't get stuck here. We have to bring the 0 down. We have to finish the problem. 36 goes into 0 0 times. If you just got the 2, ask yourself, is 36 times 2 going to give me 720? It's not. Remember, we can always take our answer and we can multiply it by our divisor, and that should give us what is inside the house, our dividend. So it's always a great way to check. If you get an answer and you're looking at it and you're thinking, this does not seem right, check it. The math doesn't lie. It'll tell you if it's right or not. All right, friends, last one for this one. 803 divided by 73. Does 73 go into 8? No. 80? Yes, one time. 80 minus 73 leaves us with 7, smaller than 73, so I'm on the right track. And here we go. Does 73 go into 73? Absolutely. One time. And it leaves us with no remainder. All right, friends, that is the end of this page. If you have any questions, please reach out, ask at the beginning of class, or send me a message.